Hello everyone, Mr. Van Zura here. In this video, we're going to review some notes and rhythms, more specifically the notes and rhythms that we will see in our worksheets that we do in the later part of our assignment. Today we have three different kinds of notes that we're going to see. We have a quarter note, which you see on the left side here, a quarter rest, which you see in the middle, and a beamed eighth note, which you can see on the right side. For a quarter note is going to equal 1 beat. On your worksheet, the quarter note will be represented by a straight line like this. So anytime you see this line, you can remember that it equals 1 beat and also represents your quarter note. We also have a quarter rest. Because it's also a quarter, it's also going to equal 1 beat. So our quarter rest, which looks like a funny zigzag, equals 1 beat. And in your worksheet, it's represented by the letter Z. That's just because it kind of looks like the shape that we have of our rest. So anytime you see the letter Z on your worksheet, that also equals 1 beat, and it represents your quarter note rest. And finally, we have a beamed eighth note. This also equals 1 beat. You might remember our eighth note by itself equals half of a beat. So when we put two of them together and beam them together right here, it's a half plus a half. So that brings us to 1. And on your worksheet, it's represented by a shape that looks like this. It looks like the beamed eighth note without the circles at the bottom. So it's 2 lines attached by a third line at the top. And again, this also equals 1 beat. So all three of the notes that you'll see today, the quarter note, the quarter rest, and the beamed eighths, those are all going to be equal to 1 beat. And just so you can see the shapes again, the beamed eighth is represented by this shape here, 2 lines going up, 1 line connecting at the top. Your quarter rest is represented by the letter Z. And then your quarter note is represented by 1 straight line. Each of those equals 1 beat, and the rest of the worksheet should explain anything you need to do. If you have any questions, you can always come back to this video to review when you're doing your worksheet, or you can ask me any questions that you have. You are now able to move on to the next step of your assignment.